Hello everyone, welcome back to The Rise of the Golden Idol. We finished up Chapter 2, The Pursuit, yesterday, but it played a little cinematic for me after I stopped the video, so let's see what that's all about. Behold, our time has come! What are you weirdos up to? I see, so there's like a bunch of hippies who are excited about this idol. Like, the historian is somehow a central figure in, some sort of movement that cares about the Golden Idol. But there are people there's someone spying on those people with binoculars. And this is not the same Golden Idol, right? It's different. But the historian was clearly trying to restore the Golden Idol using pieces. Huh. Well, okay. I mean, it could be a different Golden Idol. They could have had several. They could have built lots of things like this back in ancient Lemuria, right? And this one is shaped like a weird goblin instead of being shaped like, whatever the other one was shaped like. The story continues in Chapter 3, The Machine, in which an extrakinetic investigation yields terrifying results. I wish it would type faster. Extrakinetic. Extrakinetic? Extra, like, if you put a hyphen here, I could believe that it were like, oh, it's very kinetic. With no hyphen, this compound word sounds to me like, as in like extra legal, outside of the law, right? Like outside of motion? The rules of physics? Of motion? I don't know. I must be wrong about this. Extrakinetic. What a weird word. I'd like to know what that means. This is the professor who failed to buy anything at the auction. Except a drink. Ignition, a dangerous technology is unleashed. He's shaking a fire extinguisher. Well, apparently I accidentally clicked on this. These are storage boxes labeled Harmony Foundation. Well, so the Harmony Foundation is the historian's... what's her name? Tessa Silverado or something like that. That's her thing. And we don't know for sure whether this is before or after the stuff we've seen. Because after Chapter 1, we went back in time to Chapter 2, as I recall. So this could be before or after. Anyway, he's shaking a fire extinguisher. And it looks like, the Harmony Foundation maybe has been dismantled, and that's why there's all these boxes? Maybe. Okay, there is a fire. It is a person. Is this person one of the people from the auction? They look strangely familiar, but I don't think they're quite right. This... You could imagine that, like, it looks kind of familiar to the projector at the movie theater almost, right? There's like a lens and wires leading to maybe a piece of the Golden Idol back there. They were trying to reconstruct it, and the thing they accomplished was to set someone on fire, like in the second or third chapter of the Case of the Golden Idol. The tutorial has it in a different order, and I think it was second in the real game, but third in the tutorial. When they set poor Adam Pear or James Pear on fire, I forget which. Okay, well, this looks like an interesting room, but let's start over here. More boxes. Oh, this is the same. I thought for some reason I clicked on this, and now this. Okay, whatever. Mistlan's Lake, finest whiskey. It's empty, and there's like broken test tubes or something. Okay. I have discovered a fingerprint. I see. Okay. Somebody broke a blue pen, but like intentionally stamped their finger into it. This doesn't happen accidentally, I don't think. Interesting. Reminder of OPIG's zero alcohol policy. We will not have another Reynolds fiasco. Well, OPIG... We saw that before. They were providing the credit card to the historian in the Harmony Foundation scene. And they called her and said, "You've been robbing us blind, we're taking away your credit card." So maybe OPIG is not a bank, as it seemed to me then, but is like a research institute, the Office of Public Investigation into Ghosts or something, right? And they issued her a company card because she works there as a historian. Something like that. Zero alcohol policy. There's an empty whiskey bottle. That's interesting. No testing. Awaiting board approval. Stay behind caution tape. Still don't know why the lab has been so cold lately. Dress warm. Oh. As someone who has played the case of the Golden Idol, this is very ominous. It is a... In conjunction with the idol setting someone on fire, I imagine that what has happened is they left the idol somehow in absorb heat mode for potentially a very long time, and they just now released all the heat on this poor fellow. Okay. More fingerprints on somebody's glasses. Don't know yet what I'm going to need these prints for. A book titled Primary Sources Studies Lemuria, 1200 to 300. The archaeological sites of Xenopolis. That's where, well, that's where the idol from the last game was found. A book titled Lemurian Cultural Investigation. And Xenopolis wasn't part of Lemuria, was it? The expansions clarified that somewhat, but I don't remember exactly how it worked. I mean, they all spoke Lemurian there, I think, so maybe it was? Or it was like a colony or something? Be ready, June 18th. Okay. Something big is happening that day. Ooh, this looks like Harmony Foundation's kind of squarish yin-yang. How to make friends, keep them, and use them. Leonard Graves, what a guy. From the author of Caught Them Off Guard. This image is somewhat reminiscent of the Harmony Foundation's yin-yang as well, isn't it? Interesting. An impression left in an orange powder. Oh, man. This is how, like, Cheeto-eating nerds can make friends, even. I like Cheetos. It's alright. I can say it. The Harmony Foundation. Enter a state of true harmony. Repair your emotional divides. Okay. Is the title going to matter? Leonard Graves. Probably not, but I'd like to remember it just in case. I said title, I meant author. Jack. Boy, what kind of nerd writes their own name in their clothes if you're not in, like, kindergarten? Obviously, in kindergarten, you wouldn't write your own name. Your parents would write your name. A book titled Organic Chemistry, 3rd edition. Key mechanical theory. Need both hands to complete circuit? High conductivity. Ooh, look at that. That's the idol. Oh boy, what is this? Okay, structural elements provide support. No effect on operation. So these were the increase and, I think, increase and decrease. I don't remember what this was. Was this just a generic matter or something else? This is certainly the control dial for the idol anyway. I don't think we ever saw this symbol. I don't know what that would mean. This one we did see, but it was something that didn't come up very much. I don't remember. So Jack, presumably, is one of the researchers investigating how the idol works. Overqualified? Ignored? Our seminars will activate your true potential, exposing you to a new world of corporate opportunity. Crawley leadership training. Climbing to the peak, I see. Dr. Westlake, June 2nd, 1975. So this is after Chapter 2, but before Chapter 1, which makes sense. They have the idol and they're putting it together, but they haven't figured it out yet. Dr. Westlake, thank you once again for bringing your concerns to the board. Again, we take the professionalism of our managerial staff seriously and have taken your complaint into consideration. However, we courteously remind you that it is inappropriate to publicly accuse a direct superior of workplace intoxication. Mr. Spender expects a formal apology. No further follow-up is required. Sincerely, Nathan Hoyle, Board President. Wow. Okay. That's a response that would not fly in 2024. Manager and Board President. Inspection on the 18th. Unlock lab door. They won't have active swipe cards. The 18th is when we were supposed to be ready for, right? Yes. Oriel looking into precise origin of parts. That's the guy, the professor from before. Jack to clean glassware. That's one of the researchers we found. Lab staff reduced by 1. Eugene now on janitorial duties, thank God. Rude. So Eugene was a scientist researching in the lab, but his colleagues got so annoyed with him they demoted him to janitor. I'm not sure that's a thing that happens. Oh, I haven't clicked on the whiskey yet, apparently. There's a fingerprint on it. Possibly the person who's drunk all the time? Will you stop making this noise if I click on you? Thank you. Cleaning supplies for Eugene, I suppose. What is this? Like, these are rags, maybe? Towels of some kind? Some sort of cleaning fluid, who knows? A bag of cheesy corn chips. In with the cleaning supplies? That's kind of weird, isn't it? So maybe Eugene brings corn chips with him while he cleans? He's not even good at being a janitor, guys. Even your extremely disrespectful act of demoting him to janitor has not saved your lab. This is chaos. I hope this is the right fire extinguisher. I should really have my reading glasses. I see. So these are different glasses. These are... I mean, I don't know exactly, what other things you wear glasses for. These are like day-to-day walking around in the world glasses. And for reading, he has separate ones, which are presumably the ones in his locker with the fingerprint. Extra physical laboratory. Yeah, this is not a laboratory that's very physical. It's outside of physics. Just like extra kinetic is outside of... Kinetic physics? Huh. Anyway, he has an access card. And notably, I suppose today is the 18th. The manager and board president will be ones without swipe cards, I imagine. So that's going to be important. Okay, I think we've investigated everything on this page. Let's see what they might want me to do with prints. Identify whose prints are on each of these things. Fine. Simple enough. I mean, one of these guys has got to be a manager or president, and this guy's got to be the manager or president. I'm guessing this is the president, but, you know, who could say? A fingerprint that he has left just moments ago, I assume? It's possible this could be someone else's fingerprint and not his. But I don't think they would do that to me, have his hand here and then, oh, LOL, it's someone else's fingerprints. Maybe they would, I don't know. But it's so close to where his thumb would, like, his thumb could have been there just a second ago, right? Testing approved. Marie, Tim, stop bickering so we can talk budget. Yeah, this will be the CEO, or the board, director, or whatever they said. He's like, all right, somebody's on fire. Let's get this funded. So these two are Marie and Tim. I can actually do that real quick. I'm going to bet you're Marie, and this one's Tim. I saw you touch the machine. You're sabotaging my work. It's the Reynolds pitch all over again. Okay, and she is not the manager or president because she has an access card. So Tim must be. You're blaming me? I vouched for you. I said you could handle this, but you can't even control your team. Wait a minute. If they're her team, isn't she the manager? I don't know. Maybe she's principal investigator or something. He doesn't have a card, so, like, yeah, he seems to be a manager or a president. Clearly, it is these two, the brown-suited folks. But I can't really tell for sure. Like, talking about funding sounds very executive. But, like, I vouched for you. I don't know. Hard. I don't think I can say absolutely for sure yet. I discovered the controls to the device. And also a button with fingerprints. Oh, but these are the same fingerprints. I see. That's why it's interesting to discover whose prints are whose. Is that if you see the same prints in two places and you can figure out whose prints one of them are, you can say, these other prints belong to the same person, mean that that person touched this thing. So we're going to, like, find out whose prints these are somewhere else and find out who touched the device versus, like, who just almost touched it. Or the button, rather. Yeah. So this must be heat, right? It must be. Because it isn't age, it isn't, like, amount, as I recall. It's like increased matter heat. Yeah. Okay. Oh, will you stop flashing at me? Thank you. Not flashing, but, you know, making noise and, I don't know, having the particle effect. Such power. Fascinating. I think that's shut it down. You have a camera. And that's all we know of you. You think whatever you did turned it off. Or somebody turned it off, and you say, yep, that turned it off. Probably you. No one else looks like they're doing it. Dr. Novak. Lab. Oh, are you Novak? I don't remember what Novak looked like. This might be you, actually. Device function unknown. Danger equals question mark. Metals identified. High reactivity and conductivity. Dr. Toussaint, that's Oriel, the guy out in the hall, says parts Lemurian in origin. Fully reconstructed, ready to test. But no test before board approval. Danger potentially high. MW? Don't know who that is. Mr. Marmot relegated. Laboratory access card revoked. Okay, so we know that's Eugene Marmot. Oh, and we took away his access card. Interesting. He might be incompetent, but his fumbling did more than we've been allowed to. I wish I could do follow-up testing, but I can only record my observations from a distance. I wonder if Mr. Eugene Marmot might actually not be fumbling. Like, he accomplished more than these research guys, right? And I guess he was a research guy at the time, but he's now sort of in disgrace. I just wonder if maybe he was, whatever he accidentally did, maybe was actually on purpose. I also wonder if this is their first official, the board is here, right? Is this actually testing day? What was the board supposed to be coming around for? Inspection. Not clear. Did this go off because they were testing it? Or is this... I mean, they must be testing it if they pushed a button on it, right? I don't know. Weird. A fingerprint on a flask of some kind. I'm not a chemistry expert who could tell you what kind of flask this is. But it's up high. That wasn't... supposed to... Ow! This must be Eugene, right? He's in a lab coat. He's clearly bumbling. And he's not got an access card, right? Huh. Boy, also, as someone who's familiar with the Idol, I can tell you, this tape is not wide enough space. You gotta be outside the room to be safe from the Idol. Okay, so that's... We've seen everything now. Prince controls... Goodness. Who touched? Whose prints are these on each part of the control? What the hell is this? I don't see a print there. So it's like, find the 3 people who left prints, and by elimination, the 1 person who maybe didn't? Or no, is there orange Cheeto dust there? Is that Eugene? Maybe. It does look... Okay. Fine. We're also supposed to work out the hierarchy, which seems like it might be part of, the overarching chapter story and not specific to this. Because they're not giving it to me yet, right? Okay. I mean, this guy is described as bumbling, right? Well... Mr. Marmot. Fumbling, excuse me. He seems like... I mean, obviously, this note was written before someone was accidentally set on fire. But presumably, the guy who's fumbling now did something similar before. Can we zoom in on his fingers? Does he have orange Cheeto dust on him? I guess not. Okay, well, we have a few things. We already knew your Oriole... Hate organizing these windows. Oriole Toussaint. I still don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. Doesn't matter. Well... The first name of the Novak guy was Isaac. And we don't see that here anywhere, do we? But, he had a cousin. Or a nephew, I guess? Jack Novak. I bet that's who this guy is. I bet if we go back to the cops... in... Actually, I guess chapter 1, right? Newsflash. Yeah, that's who this is. This is Jack Novak. Okay. Names, please. Novak. Jack. I think this is Eugene Marmot. Because he's wearing a lab coat but doesn't have an access card. Now, what are the names of these other folks? We know they're Marie and Tim. She has an access card, but isn't wearing a lab coat. What does that mean? Because we know... the manager and the board president will be here on the 18th, and they don't have swipe cards. So she can't be one of them, because she has a card. She's in a position of responsibility. I guess I called her, like, PI a while ago, right? These are surely Jack's other glasses, right? Not Jack. You, Oriole. So let's get that down, I guess. These belong to Oriole. To Saul. Fine. And he's also like, yeah, investigating Lemuria, right? He's not investigating the idol. Okay. Someone with a blue pen. I mean, this stuff is all written in blue pen. Suggesting that whoever wrote this might be the person who got their fingerprint written down here. Which I would assume is a person in a position of authority, right? But not one of the people who only comes by, once a month or something. The person in charge of the team. I imagine it is Marie who has written this, right? And I therefore speculate these are Marie's fingerprints. This is not, guaranteed yet, but it seems something worth at least writing down. Now the whiskey... presumably, this person... the board president is Nathan Hoyle. A direct superior. Managerial staff. So the alcohol is here. Suggesting... well, also, I guess I know who Nathan Hoyle is, right? It's you. You're clearly the president. And I don't know Tim and Marie's last names. But I think I do. Because who would... there's one of the four... oh, do we have... here's a question. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there are 4 people who regularly work here and 4 lockers. And this person seems in charge of things. Yeah, leadership training. So this is the woman, Marie. Dr. Marie Westlake. She accused... well, but... the alcohol, though. I feel like this is here because someone who regularly works here drinks. And the accusation... is against a direct superior. So if it were an accusation of someone on the regular lab staff, it would have to be her. She would have to be the one being accused, right? Because she's the only one who's somebody's direct superior while being on the lab staff. I think I must be wrong about something here. Because everything else in that locker is telling me, like, everything in this locker is telling me this is her stuff, right? There's leadership, you know, she's taking notes on what everyone but her is doing and taking notes on overall, like, what the lab needs to know about. This all screams boss, right? And it's plausible that she could be, you know, accusing her direct superior, i.e. the manager, of drinking. Right? They say our managerial staff. Her direct superior could well be that manager person. The only piece of evidence against all of this is, why is the whiskey bottle here? Because the manager and the director almost never come down here. So why would they have thrown away some whiskey here? When would that have happened? That's the one thing contradicting what I think I know is going on. So let's say she's Marie, was it Westlake? Yeah. And what is Tim's last name? Spender? I don't think I've seen Spender yet. I mean, it must be Spender because I have 12 and 12, but I would like to confirm it because you never know. He might also be he might be Mr. Toussaint's brother or something. So where did I get the word Spender? I've sort of forgotten. This is Jack's thing. Yeah, he's doing chemistry and stuff. So Mr. Cheeto Dust, Eugene Marmot, has a book about how to make friends, keep them, and use them. And is also associated with the Harmony Foundation. Weird, right? Well, okay. I mean, I guess we can note whose fingerprints these are. Eugene Marmot. What is the... I don't know. Wait, there wasn't something on the ceiling here, was there? No, just a light. A light. Okay. Dr. Novak. Oh, so this doesn't have to be Isaac Novak, of course. This is Jack Novak's notes. M.W. Ah, that's another way I was supposed to figure out that Marie Westlake is in charge. And connect her name, in case I hadn't yet. Okay. An instant camera. It doesn't seem to have a photo that it was recently taken. Why are we told he has a camera? Nothing has really connected anything to this camera as far as I can tell. That's interesting. I mean, if I had to guess, this is Jack's fingerprint, right? But I suppose it might not be. Does it match with Cheeto Dust fingerprint? Oh, I guess they're right here. It's really hard for me to see this orange on green shit. Can I get a closer look at it over here? Yeah, that is not the same fingerprint as this. So if this isn't Eugene's, I mean, it could be Marie's, but I think I have hers over here. Oh, and I can do the prints on the door. That's this guy. That's Nathan Hoyle. I just wish I could... I knew why Tim's last name was Spender, because then I could put it there and just feel good about it. Reynolds, yeah. I don't see Spender in here anywhere. Oh, so we can check. Are these... Whose are these? Or that's this one I'm being asked. Okay, got it. I mean, I think it must be the manager, right? I assume Marie was telling the truth. And the patriarchy is shutting her down. So let's go ahead and fill in Tim. And presumably Spencer, but the Spender. Where did I find Spender? That's something I wish I numerous times I've said, boy, I sure wish the game would tell me where I got this word from. It would be a red word. Maybe I got it from spending? Here we go, Spender. Mr. Spender. Yeah, that's Tim. Okay, now I can finally confirm this. That's all correct. Tim Spender, the drinker, Marie Westlake. And I mean, there are only 6 people here. The only person I don't have yet is Jack. And the thing is, though, I don't know that these are necessarily all different people. It's really hard for me to, like, visually distinguish these fucking fingerprints. And that's going to be an important part of this puzzle. Like, are these two the same? They look kind of similar. I don't think so, though. And it would make sense for Jack's fingerprints to be on the beaker. Okay. So now we can do fingerprint matching to solve the controls question. Except that the fingerprint matching is hell. Like, could you just do this for me? Okay, who has that weird little triangle on the... That's Oriole, right? This triangle... Oh, there's, like, triangles in all of them. Ugh. Okay, well, this one looks orange. I don't know. I don't have a proof. But we'll say that was Eugene. Oh. Eugene. No. Maybe. No, 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 no. Okay, so I think this is Marie, right? Who's this one? Looks sort of like Jack, I think. Yeah, we can say that's Jack. And we know that the manager did touch the machine, right? That's what Marie was saying. So this last one should be yours, but let's confirm it. Tim Spender. Oh, yeah, that's him, all right. Oh, I hate this. Ugh, I would happily skip this puzzle. Just push a button to solve it for me. You know, I'm doing this game because I like puzzles, and the puzzles in this game are interesting, and this is a visual acuity puzzle, and I do not find it interesting or fun. But I have to do it. So I said that's Marie. Is that true? Maybe? God knows. Well, pretty sure this is Jack. This has to be Orange Fingers. That's you. So this must, the Marie must be wrong? Just put everyone else in there and... This is how I'm skipping the puzzle. Oh, man. Okay. Great. I have successfully skipped the puzzle. And we got that Eugene did both of these things and set himself on fire. Okay. Still don't know about the hierarchy or the story, but there's these events. I mean, this is Marie's team, right? Marie Westlake's team worked to investigate, reconstruct. Reconstruct is a word. I mean, that's really the only word that makes sense here. Reconstruct the device? I guess. After performing testing without approval? Tests without approval. Oh. Did that happen? I missed that. Where does it say Eugene? You said, or someone said, thank goodness Eugene is demoted. It was maybe in your writing here? Oh, it was in your notes, that's right. It does say they were reconstructing it, okay. Relegated, access card revoked. I guess his fumbling did kind of count as testing. Okay, sure. Eugene Marmot had his access card revoked. On the day of the inspection, board inspection, the lab door was unlocked to allow the Nathan Hoyle, right? And Tim Novak? No, Tim spender to enter. This gave... Oh, really? I thought he didn't have an access card. Well, okay, whatever. So Eugene followed them in, apparently. And pushed the button again? He was like, aha, the door's unlocked. I'm going to sneak in and push some buttons. That seems crazy. When... Okay, this is Eugene Marmot still. Used his finger? Used whiskey? Used both hands. Oh. Are those his left and right hand thumbprints? Is that something I was supposed to figure out? No, not this one. This one. Oh, his like Cheeto finger on his left hand? Huh. Okay. I guess. Both hands to touch the controls of the device. It activated and he became on fire. He caught fire. Yeah, I didn't really catch that he was... that unauthorized testing is what he was punished for. Or that he wasn't supposed to be in this lab at all? Weird. Okay. Marie Westlake was hesitant to start testing the newly built device, so when Eugene activated it without permission, he was swiftly banned from the lab. Determined to redeem himself, Eugene followed the OPIG board members inside and used the device once more, setting himself on fire. That's not the greatest idea I've ever heard of. Yeah, that's like the idol's... Oh, it's red. I don't want exit scenario. I want to continue scenario. Why is it interesting that it's red? Well, it's blue here. So something you may recall from the original case of the Golden Idol game is that the idol, like... everything it does is either an increase or decrease some property of some object, basically. Or some, not necessarily object, but yeah, whatever. And this, I believe, was increase, and this is decrease. And the idol also has this gem that is either blue or red. Which indicates, like, the idol can't create matter from nothing, or can't make stuff, yeah, I mean, it can't make something from nothing. And so if you want it to increase some property of something, or the amount of something, you first have to decrease that property from something else, and the idol, like, saves it up. And the gem color indicates whether it currently has something saved up that it needs to spit out or not. So I don't remember which mode was red and which mode was blue, but like right now it is outputting fire. It is outputting heat. And in the little card they gave us as we were to say we had finished, right as he was touching it, it was in red mode. So he like activated it, made it spit out all the heat it had been saving up for weeks or whatever. Just a little detail there that doesn't seem super important, but was a nice little, oh yeah, I remember that. Right, see here, it's red. That's a logo on this cap. Hi, Nathan. Nathan is Nathan Hoyle, right? The director of the thing. I'm pleased to say we finally got the budget crisis under control. The premises we used for the Emotion Studies project have been renovated and repurposed for more promising ventures. I see you've decided on a team leader for the new project. I just wanted to make it clear that while she and I have had our differences in the past, I agree that she's the right person for the job. She certainly does not share Tesa's penchant for risky and wild spending. Tim Spender. Okay. Is this letter written before the scene we just saw or after? I think before, right? Like, Emotion Studies must be some other project they did that presumably Tesa was in charge of. And they're starting a new project, and they assign Marie, and she's apparently, like, reported him for issues before? Maybe? Not sure. Okay, I mean, clearly I can't complete much of this. All I have is red words, and those only go here. You know, with approval from the directorship board, Marie Westlake ran the something project. Yeah, I'll put Marie Westlake in there. No guarantee that it's true, but it seems like they're talking about her. Ah, and now I have access to this. OPIG organization chart. July 1975, following mid-year inspection. So this is after. Well, I mean, you're the history consultant, and you're the president. So maybe things changed after the mid-year inspections. Maybe, but probably not. All right. And this is locked. Story 2, maybe? Well, finally one that didn't take me a whole hour. Oh, no, it did. Okay, never mind. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.